I'm here at the Herberger Theater Center in downtown Phoenix, where they're getting ready to put on The Little Mermaid, and I got to chat with some of the actors, and let me tell you, you're in for a big surprise with this one. Check it out. I'm standing on the Tres Amigos farm, where more than 500 acres of agave are grown. This one in particular has about 2 to 3 more years until it matures. It'll then be processed into tequila and imported to the United States. Every year, teachers in the United States receive the Presidential Awards in Excellence. Today, we're visiting Basha High School to meet with one of this year's recipients. If you're like me, you've probably had a bad case of late night cravings. Well, now you don't have to drive out to get dessert, because Totally Baked is delivering it right to your door. Doctors are calling for an investigation of UA's Phoenix Medical School. Deputies say a teen driver in Georgia was using Snapchat before getting into a car wreck. Chinese startup Moxie designed a bendable smartphone. The new ordinance passed by the city of Phoenix is in an effort to keep waste off of our streets. Some call it farming, but for a man who's earned a living by spending his days out in the open fields, this is a gift.
I enjoy being out, just away from everything.
Santiago Gonzalez was just 11 when his father brought the family of 16 to the United States from Mexico in search of a new opportunity.
This is a beautiful country, and the opportunities are there if you seek them, and if you have the desire to go get them.
After decades of success farming in the West Valley, it would be Santiago's turn to lead the family in a new venture. In 2007, he founded Tres Amigos Tequila, a product he named after his 3 sons.
We decided to make our own tequila mainly because the quality of the product was not there any longer, and we are true believers of quality.
But to the 59-year-old, finding quality agave meant having family involved every step of the way. And that led him back to Jalisco and the agave that the Gonzalez family has been growing on this farm for more than 4 generations.
We work hard on it, and it's family. And when you love family and you love everybody that's around you, what are you going to have? You're going to have nothing but the best at all times. I'm standing on the Tres Amigos farm, where more than 500 acres of agave are grown. This one in particular has about 2 to 3 more years until it matures. Here, the workday starts bright and early as the sun begins to shine through the agave fields. All day long, just imagine all day long with this thing in your hand, chopping and chopping and walking down the field, back the field, up the field, back. We don't stop. We don't know what stop means. It's a beautiful life if you like the outdoors. People that would sit in an office, sometimes they would do not understand, and they don't know what nature is. It takes 7 years for the plant to reach full maturity. Then it's off to the distillery, where it's placed in high-pressure cookers for 12 hours. It's fermented and distilled. Next comes the aging process. The tequila is stored in large oak barrels for up to 5 years. We do have some that have been there close to 7 years, so we're gonna find out how that one tastes. But it should be awesome. Finally, the tequila is boxed up and shipped to El Mirage, Arizona, where Santiago Gonzalez proudly distributes Tres Amigos across 21 states.
When you have your brothers and sisters or your family united like that, you know, the mental state that you're in and the strength that you have because of all this family is invincible.
One family, 2 countries, and a legacy of success. In Jalisco, Mexico, Adriana De Alba, Cronkite News. After serving students for more than 40 years, the Roberto Venn School of Luthery is now the country's longest-running guitar building school. I sat down with one graduate to find out the impact it's had on his career. The smell of fresh wood fills the air at the Roberto Venn School of Luthery in Phoenix.
I remember the first day I strung up my first guitar, and when these guys string up their first guitar, it's pretty funny because they just walk around in a daze.
That same feeling is the reason John Reuter continues to build and play guitars.
Don't ask me why.
His life is dedicated to passing on the craft to students at the same school where he built his first guitar back in the summer of '84.
They say when you love what you do, you're never working, so it's got to be a reason why I've been doing this for 32 years and hop out of bed every morning.
You can bet the instructor can build pretty much anything that involves wood. Just ask one of the 1,500 students he's taught.
There's always got to be like a master, and I kind of view him as that.
John is so dedicated to his students, he lost a few tools along the way. When his hand went through the blades of a machine, he was left with only 3 fingers on his playing hand.
I thought, wow, I don't think I'm going to be playing my gig tonight. And then I thought, well, I don't think I'm going to be playing another gig ever.
But 2 years later, the musician found the courage to pick up his guitar again. And ever since, John and his band, The Noodles, have played at a small Ahwatukee bar each Sunday, covering the songs of the late 60s rock band Grateful Dead.
The most talented 2-finger guitarist I know, that's for sure.
It turns out no accident would stop John Reuter from having the best of both worlds, teaching and playing the instrument he loves.
There were 2 things I thought I would never be. Number 1 was a teacher, and number 2 was a musician. And here I am doing both, and that's my life. Go figure.
Between teaching and performing with his band at Cactus Jack's, John also sells custom instruments through his company, Reuter Guitars. Adriana De Alba, Cronkite News.